Hi, welcome to Two Non-Doctors. I'm Liz Mealy.
I'm Maria Shahada.
I feel like you're in a goofy mood.
I am in a goofy mood, and I don't know why. There's no reason. There's no reason for it.
Okay.
Just weird today.
Yeah,
You ever just have those days?
yeah, of course. You know what I've actually noticed is that, like, I'm just getting weirder and weirder with Evan to try to, like, get a rouse out of him. And it's, like, seeping into real world. So, like, my friends know I'm weird, right? But, like, even with comics, like, even people you've known forever, you're like, we all know we're weird, but, like, keep it together. And I'm just getting, like, you spend too much time with somebody and you're like, yeah, everybody can accept this. And then, dude, I like made the weirdest like face to Sammy. I went and saw a musical with my brother and my old roommate. And,
Stop.
huh?
Stop, first of all. No, no. How many times have I tried to get you to watch theater with me?
So in my defense, it's because one of our friends produced it. I don't think I would willingly go to a musical.
Okay. Well,
And
okay.
and and Chris was asking me, he goes, when's the last time you saw like a play or a musical? And I was like, God, I want to say like 8 or 10 years ago, Amanda was gifted tickets to see Newsies on Broadway. And that was actually one of my favorite like movies as a kid. Cause I don't know, I love tap dancing and I love I love the little hat and the suspenders. And that was my graduation gift from Amanda. She bought it for me on DVD when we graduated. And so she's like, "Hey, do you want to go see Newsies?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you." I just love tap dancing so much, and just everybody's using their like suspenders or like da 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 like, and so
Using your suspenders.
I don't know, they're doing like suspender dances. I love suspenders.
So much
And so
thought goes into the choreography for these shows, and you're like, they're just using their suspenders.
yeah, the guy's like, more suspender twirling. What are we doing, men? Um, but then, and I think I just love that kind of like, I don't know, like man dancing. Like
Musicals. You love musicals. So why did I go see Chicago by myself?
valid. I don't think I like musicals. I definitely don't like the singing, I'll tell you that much. But this cast, I saw Swept Away, and this cast is all dudes. It's on a boat. I really loved the set design. Honestly, that was like my favorite. I thought the set design is very well done. But it's all dudes that are like trapped on a boat or whatever. And as soon as they come out, they're wearing high pants and suspenders. And I had just told Chris, like, I was like, oh, I like men in suspenders. And I look at him and I was like, I was just like, it's happening. I was just
Our
like,
suspenders, our suspenders like the hack thing in musicals. Like, oh God, not suspenders again.
it feels like a legit way to keep your pants up when you're like da da da
Sure.
da, like, you know. I could actually, and what's even funnier, as I was noticing, is some of these guys were wearing regular belts and suspenders, and I was like, these guys are gonna do backflips. Like, they are reinforced to make sure their pants stay on. But I liked it. I would have never willingly seen it because I don't care. Like, Broadway and musicals and like, I don't know. And oh, the other thing is there was no it was an hour and a half, a reasonable amount of time for a movie and a play, and there was no intermission. And let's just fucking do it. Like, I know you're in the UK where there's like comedy intermissions, but I am just a like, come on, fucking entertain me, and then we're gonna go home.
Okay. Okay. Some people like really like making an evening of it. And so it's like you go an hour, then you have a nice 20-minute break and pee and get ice cream inexplicably is a theater thing. I
Is
think it's
it?
just because it doesn't like, yeah, you can get ice cream and there's just little tubs of those like little circular ones in the halls. And I think it's just like maybe like they were thinking what food doesn't make any noise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even their crisps, their chips come in a tub and not those bags. Because the last thing you want is like like yeah. Oh, I love these so.
No, Martha, don't go. I was actually genuinely impressed. I heard no phones go off until like maybe the last 10 minutes someone's phone went off. But I was like
It's because
almost
theater people are a classier crowd usually. Sometimes I've seen some real trash. Like some people who came to see Chicago, they were from Manchester to be honest, but they were just like
that lines
they
up.
refused to wear their masks. This is when everybody had to wear their masks, and like the usher came and was like, "Can you put your mask on?" And they put it on, then took it off again, and then just proceeded to talk so much shit about the usher and saying how he was like a 25-year-old virgin, and like it was just like, just wear your masks
Dude,
or
he's
go
just
or
doing
leave.
his job. He doesn't give a shit. He actually actively wants you to die. Honestly, he would love for you to die. But his job told him he needs to make sure that you're safe. Ugh. The
Yeah.
only thing that really
Oh
bothers me
wait.
is like, oh, sorry.
No, no. The only thing that really I can't stop now. The only thing that
Oh,
really
no,
bothers
it's
you
like
is
the
what?
performative security. Like I had my little backpack and they're like, open up your bag. And they literally are like, okay, you're good. Another woman was in front of me and he's like, is there a laptop in there? And she's like, yeah. She's like, you want me to open it? He's like, nah. And we're like, what are we doing? Like, I could literally hide a gun under a notebook. Not even well. And it's I don't, what a, we all know you're not really doing it. So what is the point is that I would be like a little nervous to bring a gun, but like I just,
I brought a gun with some trepidation though, because those guys do
yeah, no,
ask.
because those guys look, they were wearing a vest, but that performative security makes me so mad because you could save so much money by just, you know what I mean? Like the reason comedy club tickets are so cheap is because we're not pretending. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. No, you know what I mean? Like, what do we? Nobody
So
cares.
true.
But like, what is this? Like, I found that infuriated me. Is just somebody literally going, okay, great, okay, great.
Yeah, I'm always tempted to like put something to like pop out of the bag, like ah.
Like, I'm glad they're not throwing
But
away my water, and I'm glad I could probably sneak in snacks if I wanted to. But at the same time, like, what do you?
yeah, they know, they know. Oh, hey, it's a paycheck for us, so just open your bag and shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, lady.
Um, we were talking about how weird you were getting though. So you went to this musical. The only reason I want to talk about how weird you're getting is because I'm very, very weird with Johnny. Like I'm the goofiest, weirdest self ever. No one else gets to see it but him, and he's still with
Yeah,
me, and that's good.
yeah. Nice, nice. Um, yeah, and I guess my increasingly weirdness is to literally almost try to turn Evan off. Like just try to get so weird that he's like, Liz, stop. And I was like, like just being so dumb. And that's the kind of stuff I do with my siblings, so I don't know what that says. But just truly trying to be the most annoying person. He's also being super annoying as well. And I've realized, like, especially, like, I was home this weekend, so I spent the whole weekend being weird with him. So then when I had to go be with regular people, I forgot to turn it off.
So you're like, Liz, so what do you do for a living? You're like, stand up.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. Yeah, I like with Johnny's very, because I'll just start singing and dancing. And I'll be like, it's the best day of our life. Da, 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 da. And he's like,
Oh.
he's like, how long will this be lasting?
Yeah, yeah. Can I return my ticket to this show I didn't want to go to?
Yeah. I was like, you hate it when I dance. He's like, no, I don't. It's just, he's like, there's no way to tell when the end is in sight. So I don't know how long of my time.
Can you let me know if there's going to be an intermission? Yeah, I think like the goal, it's also like, Okay, you know how like being with somebody, they say like it gets, not dull, but like it's the same thing every day, and this. I think there's a part of me, not to say that it's gotten dull, but just there's a part of me that's just like, what if I just keep unearthing different levels of myself he never anticipated?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that's fun because even you're discovering it. You're like, I didn't know I had this level of insanity in me.
I had no idea. No idea.
Actually, you had some idea. Well, this is one of my favorite jokes of yours from like 2006. I don't even know if you did it on set. Where you no, you must have. Where it's like a girl, like a crazy person walking across the street covered in like 7 layers of clothes or something,
Oh
and you're like,
yeah,
I get that person.
it's never been on an album. Screaming at bread.
Oh, here we go, exclusive.
Yeah, I barely remember, but I know you're talking about like where it's like crazy lady covered wearing all their clothes, covered like screaming at bread. And I'm like 1 degree away. I'm like, when am I gonna start yelling at bread? I can't remember it.
It was just something about getting her, like understanding her. It's like you weren't
Yeah.
there, but you understood her.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like who are you when you're just talking like to your pets? Like there's voices I use talking to my cats, both good and bad. The yelling version of me and the like I can't tell you how many times I pick up my cat. Like I don't let them stay in my room. I have a lamp with tassels on it. It's my favorite lamp, and they tried to murder it because it looks like a giant cat toy. In my defense, it was bought for me when I had no cats, but my brothers fixed it twice, so they're just not allowed in my room when I'm not home because they try to murder my lamp. And they're not wrong. So before I leave, especially if I'm going to go do a gig, if I'm gone for like 10 minutes, it's not a big deal. But if I'm gone for a couple hours, I kick them out of my bedroom. So they're usually in my bedroom watching me get ready to leave. And then I have to pick them up. So I pick up lunch and I put his fur in my face and I go, "You smell like a cat." I do it every day. I put him in my face and I tell him he smells like a cat. It's my favorite thing to do. But I like whisper it. That's the weirdest part. I whisper it to him.
I do that to Johnny, but not like you smell like John. I just like I put my face up. I I put my face up to his face and I go, I'm gonna eat you. And he goes, terrifying.
I love that level of like crazy. I think it's fun. Um, yeah. Dude, I was in a fucking mood yesterday. I
Why?
I just my day got fucked and I was mad about it and I think some of it was like I was hungry and I ended up having getting like a really bad headache on top of my day getting ruined. So it was like I physically felt like shit and my life at that moment was shit. But fuck, I was like I really have become sensitive to losing a day. Whether it's because I was on an airplane, like my flight got delayed, and now I've spent the day in an airport, and I don't know if that's like getting older, where it's like we don't have much time left, but like, like I don't know if I'm being like dramatic about
Yeah.
it,
Do you
but
remember when I used to, at the end of these episodes, when they were just audio, I used to put a clip from the podcast at the end of
yeah,
like something you said that was weird, or I said that was weird to put the end of the episode. That would be it. We don't have much time left.
just full drama. But I had to go. I went to a different dermatologist that I actually like better. I was going to the one that is walkable, but he sucks. He didn't, I swear to God, he like didn't even look at my skin. So I went to this guy that's like, on 55th, East 55th Street. He might as well be in Connecticut. And he was helpful. I really liked him. He doesn't think I have rosacea. He's giving me some other thing. Fine. And it was helpful to talk to him, but it's like pouring outside and I have to go pick up my car. This is my fourth time going to get my car fixed in a month because all the lights will go on my dashboard. I'll go, they'll fix something, and within an hour of coming home, all the lights are back on my dashboard. I'm not exaggerating. I dropped my car off a couple of days ago, and it's this woman, Yasmin, that's been helping me. She's got to be in her early 20s. Her hair is like bright blue. She's shorter than both of us. Like, she's a tiny little woman. And I sit down at her desk. I'm just tired because I always drop it off at like 9 a.m. I look at her and she's like, "I'm so sorry." I go, "Yasmin, you have a beautiful face and I hope to never see it again. Please fix my car." Like, I literally like, just please. I don't ever want to see. I've now seen you 4 times in a month for the same And like last time she was like, "Well, there were spiders. They found a family of spiders. And we made sure that they had a good home when we took them out of your filter." And I'm like, "I don't care about the spiders, Yasmin. Fucking fix my
What?
car."
Is that true? They found spiders in your
They
filter?
found like a full family of spiders somewhere in a
Oh my
filter.
God.
I was like, sure. But is
That's a
that
night. That's a horror film, Liz.
Yeah, but are they like literally pressing all the buttons so my check engine light is on and my fucking filter but like then I come home and the lights are back on. I was like, "Are there more spiders?" She was like, "There were more spiders." But I was like, "What are we doing?" So your face. I don't care. It's someone deep in my car.
Why are you more
I'm
terrified?
not sitting on a bed of spiders.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Like if you were in a horror film and then some ghoul was like, and you were like, "Did you leave the light on? Because I'm not going to fucking pay for your lights being on."
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Like,
You owe me rent. Like, you can't stay in this house spooking me in New York City and think you're not going to pay your share of the rent. So you either go and fucking stalk someone else and ruin their night's sleep, or you owe me $1,200. All right?
Okay.
It
You just
fucking
walked off slowly.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and I don't know, it's so
No.
cold every time you leave the room. So like, you also have to help with the heating bill. I'm just like,
I guess I better go get a job.
but yeah. So anyway, I pick up my dumb car, and it's so fucking far away. It's in Queens, and it ended up taking. It usually, like on a bad day, it would take 45 minutes. It took an hour and 15 minutes in traffic. 2 different people cut me off. I was like, "I will murder your family." And then luckily parking only took 15 minutes.
The spiders are like, "She's not lying."
Yeah, she's murdered everyone. And then I had like an hour to like eat, and then I had to go to a meeting. Like, I was just like, my day was gone.
Okay. This might be a good time to announce that we're not going to be here next week.
Yeah. Probably for the best. You don't have to emotionally hold this.
Liz needs a little break before everyone's family dies.
No, we're taking off for Thanksgiving. Go enjoy, turkey and family, or don't enjoy your family. It's
Well,
whatever you want.
this episode will come out the week of Thanksgiving.
It'll come out Tuesday, yeah. So then the following week, the after week, that's our
Yeah.
week off.
Yeah. But just 1 week off. Then we'll be back. Do you want to, we got a nice email.
Yeah, so emails.
Should we read it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's from Matthew. He says, "I don't write emails like this. I don't. I like to editorialize. I don't. But I've been through some shit and y'all sent me a sign. You two have kept me company through all of it. Sometimes I yell at you. Of course, you're peeing a ton. Tea is a diuretic. Sometimes I laugh with you, and sometimes I learn something. I've been pretty happy to be passive in our relationship, but for some reason I had to shoot my mouth off about what supine means, and I'm glad you did. And Maria's somebody on the internet said supine just means on your back was my brush with greatness. And it was my invitation to thank you for keeping me company through some difficult times. It's also an opportunity to let Liz know I believe that if we choose our company wisely, tough times are more manageable. The next several years are going to be tough, but we'll figure out how to get through them. Finally, it's my opportunity to remind both of you that you touch people you don't know in ways you couldn't possibly expect and likely never find out about. Maybe you've heard that before, but I'm here to remind you. Sorry this got longer than I anticipated. Thank you both. I appreciate you for opening your friendship up to the rest of us. take care of yourselves and each other, Matt.
That was beautiful. Oh, that really
That
means
was
a
really
lot.
beautiful.
Do you
Thanks
think
for
you found
writing,
out?
Matt.
Yeah, Matt, do you think you found out how weird we are now? Now I'm all like, oh no, Matt knows how weird we are.
The next email subject line on second thought.
Yeah. Long time listener, first time writer, last time listening. Bye.
um,
No, it's, I mean, it's interesting. Like, I've been more down about stand up lately, especially because just everything has changed and it's harder. And it's, that's everything's cyclical and it'll come back around. And I know that. And I think that's the one nice thing about age is you're like, yeah, things suck, but, it moves. It doesn't, suckiness doesn't stay stagnant. Even if it's inching forward, it's inching. Um, but I've gotten some really nice emails and comments and messages and shit that are just like, thanks for doing what you're doing, and you're just kind of like, all right, that's what that's like helps inch it forward, like that helps. It does, and
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
even imagine how
that,
difficult you know his life has been, him and his wife. That
100%. Yeah, it is nice to hear because like we don't have a lot of views on our YouTube, and but so it's like, but like the people who love us are awesome. Everyone who's ever written in have been really great. So yeah, so we appreciate those words a
yeah.
lot.
Thank you for rating. Well, these Googles are really gonna disappoint him. Every time I Google something, I was just like, yeah, this is gonna ruin someone's day.
Well, do you want to do announcements before we do Googles? This is going to ruin someone's
Oh,
day.
can I make a side announcement? Which I absolutely
Yeah.
meant to tell you in private. Um, I'm done Twitter. I'm off Twitter.
Oh, I'm off Twitter too. I was going to tell you that also.
Okay, so our Twitter's dead. So this is the thing a fan actually told me is to not delete it because then somebody could take your name and impersonate you, especially since they don't have real validation, verification stuff like they used to.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to use it. Like I'm keeping my stuff up, and I wrote like, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
done."
I mean, I read the same thing somewhere. So yeah, I
Yeah,
kept mine. I was like, yeah, there's still Maria Shahada Twitter, but I deleted it off my phone. I can't get the notifications. You can't contact me on Twitter.
yeah. So
Um,
it's like a graveyard, Twitter graveyard.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
blue skies up ahead.
yeah.
Uh,
What a plug.
I know. So yeah, we're both there. Maria Shahada dot whatever the rest of the blue sky situation is.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can make a two non-doctors blue sky.
Nice. Get in before we have to not spell out the word doctors.
Yeah, so I'll let you know. But we're still on all the other things, the Ubatubas and the Facebooks and whatnot. Tell them about it, Maria.
You can find us on Yuba Tuba and Facebook, and write to us on Gmail at two non-doctors number two full word doctors, and Instagram at two non-doctors number two non-DRS.
Nice.
Yeah.
Touring. We will be in
Me and
Baltimore.
you.
Wow. Me and Maria will be.
Actually, are we gonna record? Are we gonna record one together? So the next one we do, it might be like we're in the same room again.
Yeah, it won't be the next one. I think it'll be the following one because the next one, if we did it, you'd be getting right off a plane, and I can't imagine that's.
No, no, but anyway, look forward to that.
We'll figure it out. Regardless, we are together in Baltimore early December. I can't remember the dates. And then the week after that, we're in Batavia, Illinois together. So come see us together doing stand up. And then I have a bunch of dates in January already. I'll be in DC. I have a full week in DC. I have 4 shows in Seattle. I just booked Vegas. I'm going to be in Janesville, Wisconsin. Never been. Everybody's like, why? And I'm like, because my agent booked me there. I don't. There's so many places where people are like, "Why are you going there?" I was like, "Money, obviously, money. I'm going for money. What is wrong with people?
Yeah.
They're gonna hand me money." So yeah, everything's at lizmealy.com.
MariaShahada.com. Yeah, so in January, I'm doing a sitcom reading at the Bill Murray in London. So my friend Lottie Field and I have written a sitcom. So we're going to see what gets laughs.
My mom's calling me.
Oh, hi.
I just had to decline my mom. Okay, finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Oh, I feel bad. We should have her back on, by the way.
I was actually thinking that. Continue.
That's it. That's it. Come to the sitcom reading. It's January 29th at 6:30 p.m. in London at the Bill Murray.
Still my mom.
Maybe it's important.
It's
Answer.
not. It's about my cats.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. That's fine. Yeah, but that's it. I'll have it up on my website.
Perfect. I'll do my googlies first because it's really dumb.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
did learn something from it, so it's dumb, but I did learn. Okay. So me and Evan are trying to eat healthier. And I feel like most people do this where when you try to eat healthier, you buy like a bunch of food and a bunch of healthy snacks, or in some ways you believe you're not going to snack. And then like 2 days later, you're like, I want a snack. And there's nothing. There's literally nothing. So
Yeah.
it was like 11 o'clock at night, 11 or 12 at night on a Sunday. And we were, he got me into, have you watched The Righteous Gemstones? It's a
No.
Danny McBride and John Goodman. It's so good. Unnecessary plug. So good. It's so amazing. So we
Okay.
watched. We just finished the first season. There's 3 seasons. And he's like, I want a snack, and I was like, okay, get a snack. He's like, I don't have anything. So, and he's even more like, my refrigerator looks like a bachelor. His looks even worse. And then of course we're trying to eat healthy, so there's even less. And so he was like, ooh, I have canned pineapple. And he goes, ooh, this is from 2022. And I was like, don't eat that. And he was like, why? And I was like, please don't eat that. He's like, why? It's in a can. I was like, that's, if it was like 2 months expired, I'd be like, yeah, it's not a big deal. But 2 years? So we were like basically arguing back and forth. He'd already opened the can when I started Googling, so he didn't really care what my answer was.
Yeah.
But I Googled, can you eat expired, 2-year-old expired canned pineapple? So I was actually shocked because I looked, the first response was like, yeah. And I was like, that ain't right. But every single one was like, yeah. It basically said it's pretty much safe to eat as long as the can isn't damaged. So if there's dents, rust, swelling of the can, then it's spoiled, or there's botulism, like that, don't do that. Clearly smell and taste it, which I thought was funny, where they're just like, taste it. And you're just like, what? Like, that can't be the way of deciding. It said the quality of the food can decline over time. He said it tasted fine. He offered it to me 6 times. I was like, I'm good, even after this Google. And then just storing, is it stored properly? Which it was. It was in, a cabinet, cool, dry space, whatever.
It wasn't
But
sitting
was
on a
basically-
radiator.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like in the boiler room. But it essentially, every time I Googled it, it was like, as long as the can's not damaged, you're good. And I was like, what? I mean, I guess that is the whole point of canned foods, is that they can last during a apocalypse or whatever. But 2 years, I was like,
Yeah. I know what you mean. I just got like a dented can of pumpkin, and I was like, this bothers me, because I've ordered on it was like an Uber delivery, like Uber Eats but delivery, and every time I do that, something comes all fucked up, like broken caps on like lotion bottles, and I'm just like, it feels like punishment for, like, if you're gonna be too lazy to go to the store and get your own stuff, We're gonna give you whatever the fuck junk we have
Yeah.
in the back. So, but yeah. So I'm like, can I use this bent can of pumpkin? And I don't know.
That's also like one of the
Um,
reasons I absolutely hate grocery shopping. I'm just and I live truly by like like I could touch three grocery stores. Like I can't even tell you how easy my life is. And I hate it, but one of the reasons I would not do delivery is because like I am like you pick up every apple and you're like this apple's gonna change my goddamn life, but like that's not what there's picking up apples. If this is the apple you want, you get two apples. I'm not gonna look for dents. I'm not gonna look for bruising.
It's funny because in the UK, all the fruit and vegetables, I hate veg. I hate that they shorten it to veg, and I've just done it. Comes like packaged with other ones, so it's like you can't pick your own anyway. Like you can in like green grocers and stuff, but if you go to like a Tesco or something, everything's already packaged, and they're trying to get away from that, which is funny because I'm like the states have just that's just how it is. It's just like you pick your own fruit, and you can get the packaged together ones, but you know you're gonna get one that's like dented or brown because that's what they hide it there. That's where they hide it. Um. Anyway, are we done with yours?
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad he's okay.
Your canned food as long as your can's not fucked. That's the
I
lesson.
googled a lot. I googled a lot this week, but yours reminded me of one I did Google. So Saturday I was like nauseous. I don't know what happened, but like the first half of the day, I couldn't eat anything. Like I tried to eat a banana and I got like halfway through it and I was like, oh, I was just so nauseous. I wasn't dry heaving or anything, but Johnny was like, so you're telling me for a particular time of the day you were nauseous? I was like, yeah. He's like, you're telling me for a particular time of the day you were sick? I was like, yeah. Oh, you're saying morning sickness? No, we're good.
He's like, at any point, are you going to reassure me that we are okay? And you're like, yeah, just in the morning, only in the morning.
Yeah, because I was like, by 4, I was fine. I was fine. I was like, it was weirdly just the beginning part of the day. And he's like, so you're telling me.
The one term I know associated with pregnancy you are experiencing.
And I was like, yeah, no.
No.
So, but by the time 4 or 5 o'clock hit, and because I started with a couple pieces of, it's called shreddies. They're like Chex. Started with a couple dry pieces of that. I was fine. So then I had a bowl of that. I was fine. I was like, we're good to go. And I was ravenous. So I have a few boxes of mac and cheese in the cupboard that I've had it for like 4 years and I've never eaten because I brought it back for somebody because they said they missed Kraft macaroni and cheese. And then I stopped seeing, they were a hair person and I stopped seeing them. But like, so I just had these mac and cheese and I was like, I want mac and cheese. And I was looking for an expiration date on that. And I was like, these are non-perishables. They call them non-perishables. I bet it's fine. And I couldn't find one. So I was like, I bet it's fine. So I ate the whole box. And then I was like, well, fuck it now. So then I ordered Pizza Hut. Disgusting. It wasn't even pan. It was like flat. Like I hated it. Ordered Pizza Hut.
I can't even imagine that was ever good.
No, but Domino's in the UK is really good. And I didn't like Domino's in the States. Yeah. So I thought, oh, I bet Pizza Hut's really fucking good too. It was terrible. And then I also, cause they were like, do you want to add on? And I was like, maybe, what you got? And they're like, Millie's dessert place. And I was like, what does Millie have? And they're like, do you want some birthday cake ice cream and some chocolate chip cookies? And I was like, I do. So add that on. And so I had birthday cake ice cream.
You didn't eat. In my recollection of this, you didn't eat for like 3 hours and you're like, we got to make up time. We have to make this up now. We're going to die.
Yeah, that was what was happening. And there was a sort of like, well, I'm all in now. And it was like, cheat day. And then you're like, so I had pizza, ice cream, cookies. I had a couple sits of Pepsi Max. Hilariously, I ordered a salad with my pizza and it came prepackaged because Pizza Hut was like, our employees aren't making a salad. So
Also, did you break up with somebody? Like, this is a meltdown.
No, I know what you mean. I know. I just think that like I've been trying to be good and I've not really seen any results. And then it was just kind of like, do you know what?
I'm gonna make myself, even though I was sick, I'm gonna make myself sicker.
Kind of. It was a celebration of food. I was at the time thinking it was because it was like,
As somebody that is like an incredible cook and like likes vegetables and stuff, the fact that you called what you just did a celebration of food is a
yeah,
travesty. You've had
yeah.
mostly chemicals in this story, but it's a celebration of food. Continue.
I was happy until 3 a.m.
Oh God.
when the pain in my chest awoke me out of my slumber. I, I woke up and I was like, ow. I thought it wasn't even my chest, it was like my lungs. It was both lungs, but I didn't have any issue breathing. I just like both my lungs just felt like they were in a lot of pain to the point where I was like, I might die. Because I'm like, I don't know if this is enough to go to the emergency room, but I'm not comfortable and I'm in so much pain it woke me up. But I don't know. I don't know if this is justifiable for an emergency room. But by the way, a lot of Brits die like that because they kind of have this like suck it up and deal with it mentality, and so they don't go to the doctor when they need something, and then it's too late. So go to the doctor, everyone. So anyway, I called the doctor the next day, and he goes, "Oh, that's interesting." He's like, "Did you have any trouble breathing?" I was like, "No, I noted that I could breathe fine, but it was just a lot of pain for like a half an hour." And he goes, "Okay." He's like, "Did you have anything like unhealthy to eat?" And I was like, "Well." Then I told him the saga. And he goes, "It sounds like." He's like, "One, you should stay away from those foods." I was like, "Whatever. Yes, I know." Two, he's like, "It sounds like esophagitis." So he was like, I'm sure I think it's fine, but just, keep an eye out. So I looked up what is esophagitis. All that to say, it's a chronic condition. You might need long-term therapy to manage it. Oh no, esophagitis from an infection may be harder to cure. No, no, no. This isn't what I'm asking. What is it? Oh, I see. I've accidentally Googled something else. What is esophagitis? It's a disease characterized by the inflammation of the esophagus. Then it tells you what the esophagus is. It's a tube composed of mucosal lining. The cause is stomach fluid that flows back into the food pipe. The fluid contains acid, which irritates the esophageal lining. Also, I started drinking apple cider vinegar, like a glass of that with water in the morning. Not a glass of apple cider vinegar, that would be insane, but just a tablespoon with water. And I bet that probably hurt me a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so conflicted on it because it actually does. I've done that on and off at different times, and it's supposed to help with your blood sugar, but then I worry it does stuff for like acid reflux. I don't know. I don't understand any of this.
Yeah, me either, but I'll probably stop drinking vinegar.
I love that you just told us I've had soda, I had fake pizza, I had mac and cheese, I had cake, and the thing that you concluded is that you shouldn't have apple cider vinegar with water. What a wild ride we all just went. Did we all just experience that together? Jesus Christ.
Well, who's giving up pizza? Come on, Liz.
It was shitty pizza. It wasn't even satisfactory pizza. Wow. Yes, that is the conclusion you should get to from that.
All right. Well, have we done our thing?
Another successful episode where we've learned nothing. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We won't see you next week. We'll see you the following week.
See you then. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye.